Welcome back to what was once the car talks, and we are now switching to treadmill talks. This feels like it's a little bit more in my lane, anyways. I get to move a little bit while we're talking. Obviously, the car talks was something fun, and the whole point of it was for me to get used to talking a little bit more on camera. And then I got into a situation where I didn't really need to drive anymore. I stopped taking home clients, focusing on my in person and my online stuff. And so I did not need to drive anymore, and so it made it really hard to do the car talks. That being said, I realized today that I still need something to do, and we have our treadmills here. So we're going to train these into treadmill talks. The topic that we have for today is going to be on tapering. I made this announcement in some of my old posts here, and coming up, I am focusing on marathon training and HYROX for this year. Goals are getting a 2:30 marathon and getting a sub 60 pro solo HYROX. Coming up, I have my first pro race, which is going to be up in Vegas in about a week, in just under a week and a half. So I want to talk about tapering because I get this question all the time. How much volume should you cut? Should your workouts look like? What is too much? What is too little? Now, this is where most people end up messing up. They'll do all this training, and then they'll continue training into the week leading up to the race, continuing to do red line workouts and hard workouts, trying to squeeze in that last little bit of fitness. This is the worst thing that you can do. If you continue to do hard workouts into the race and up to the race, all it's going to do is make you fatigued and tired during the race. A standard taper, you're going to be dropping anywhere between 30 to 70% of your volume, depending on how much volume you're doing, about 2 weeks to 1 week out. Really depends on whether it's an A race, a B race, how competitive you're trying to be. I would definitely recommend at least a 1 week taper though, and in that final week, you should not be redlining any workouts. Now for me, I'm doing a 2 week taper where this week I was still getting a few harder workouts, maintaining some VO2 max, some threshold, but pretty much just practicing little tidbits of race efforts, 2 to 3 minutes max. One of the workouts that I really like to do is a speed sharpening workout called 60-60s. I did that one today where I did 60 seconds of race pace, 60 seconds easy, and for HYROX, I just went through each station practicing this, starting with the run, and then also ending with the run to get a little bit extra work onto the end. Now, I am about a week and a half out, and this is the last really hard workout that I was going to do. And even that, we got into that zone 4, but only very, very, very briefly. Next week, dropping the load down tremendously, taking a lot more recovery days, and we're doing a tiny bit of the speed sharpening. Again, on Tuesday, I'm going to have a little bit of VO2 work, just to keep the muscles sharp, stimulated, and ready to go for race day. But you should never have a workout or a day where you feel more tired at the end of the workout than when you started in your race week. For the TLDR here, about a 1 week to 2 week taper for any major race. You're going to want to drop that volume from 40 to 70%. No more redlining, just a little bit of race pace efforts. And if you have any questions at all, whether it's on the taper workouts, nutrition leading up to a race, go ahead and drop them down there in either the little question mark or down in the comments, and I will be answering every question submitted.